Drip network is becoming pretty popular and a lot of people are investing their money into it. However, is it a scam? We'll try and find out about that in today's video. Welcome to the Wave Crypto Club. We talk about all things crypto. In today's video, we'll try and answer specifically two questions. Is Drip network a scam? Is the 1% returns a day that they are promising sustainable? Let's look at that. First, what is the Drip network? The Drip network is created by Forex Shark BB and team. They are saying that it is a better version of a certificate of deposit where you transfer money into their protocol. They take a 10% tax and they give you 1% returns per year, per day, and up to 365% a year. That's insane, right? That's like crazy. We'll try and see if that actually makes sense or not. Right? I have an elaborate analysis here to show you whether it makes sense or not. If you go onto their website, right, they don't have much. Right? All they're talking about is a swap faucet reservoir, a white paper, and a little bit about what the drip network is. It's not really a white paper, right? This is more like a light paper, and pretty much in the entire light paper, they're just talking about the fact that this is the first ever deflationary ROI platform. You get 1% returns per day. It's sustainable through tax on transactions and so on. So how do they make money? They put a tax on every single transaction. That's pretty much how they make money. Where is this used? There's not much use cases as of now. So the first question that you should really ask yourself as an investor when you're investing in any crypto is, what is the use of this crypto? What problem is this really solving? Right? Because let's take Bitcoin as an example. When Satoshi wrote the Bitcoin white paper, look at the heading. It's so clear. He says Bitcoin a peer-to-peer electronic cash system, right? In the abstract itself, the very first line, it says Bitcoin is a peer-to-peer version of electronic cash that would allow online payments to be sent directly from one party to another without going through a financial institution. It is so crystal clear on what problem Satoshi is really trying to solve using Bitcoin. Right? There is a clear use case. With Drip, there is no use case. That's my biggest concern. There is absolutely no use case. Right? In fact, it seems like a Ponzi scheme where you have to bring more people and get them into your team. They invest, you get more money, etc., etc. It's totally like a Ponzi scheme. Now let me show you some calculations that I did. So is the 1% returns that they are promising sustainable? Let's look at this. When a bank gives you a certificate of deposit, how does that really work? Right? When the bank, let's say in India, it promises for a year, you get 5%. So you go give your money to the bank for a time period of 1 year and they give you 5% of returns after a year, right? So let's say you gave out $100 on day 0. On day 365 you get $105, right? That's the interest rate in India. It varies from country to country. It might be much lower in the US and other Western countries. So what is the bank doing? How is the bank making that money? Well, it's very simple. When you give the bank $100, the bank is not holding it with itself, right? The bank is lending it out. It's lending it out for people to buy a loan, for people to buy a car, right? It could be a car loan. It could be, maybe an education loan, right? It could be probably you're buying a house and you need a mortgage, or you need a mortgage loan or something. Then the bank will give you money. So the bank charges you a higher interest rate. So let's say if the bank is giving you 5% for depositing money, they might charge you like an 8 or 15% interest rate depending on your risk level, and that spread is how they are making money. That's how the bank is able to give you $5 more for your $100, and it's not money printed out of thin air. At least for the bank, and we're not talking about central banks. Now, how exactly will Drip Network give you 1% returns per day, right? So what are they saying? They're saying if you invest on day 0 $100, by day 365, you should get about 1% per day. That's $1 per day, so $465. How is this money coming again? There is no real answer, right? What they're saying is they will put a tax on every transaction. So if you sell, if you buy, if you send to any wallet, whatever you do, there's a 10% tax, and that's how they're claiming that money will go to the treasury, which in turn will fund this $1 ROI for your deposits. Does that make sense? Will you ever pay 10% as a transaction fee for any transaction if Drip were to be used as a currency of sorts in any ecosystem? Of course not. And imagine you're going to buy bread. Will you pay a 10% charge just for giving that money? Of course not. It doesn't make any sense, right? Even Visa or MasterCard charges like 1 or 2%. It's not 10%. 10% is insanely high. Nobody's going to pay so much. So there's no utility in, even from a currency perspective. Let's try and understand this a little deeper. On day zero, let's say 100 users invested $100 each. That's $10,000. Right? They take a 10% tax, assuming that you didn't go through the direct depositing into the protocol, you bought it off the Drip network. There's a 10% tax. The treasury has $1,000. On day 365, let's assume that nobody else is coming. In that 1 year period, no one else is coming. There are 100 users, that are still there. They are supposed to get $455 back, right? Each, which means they're supposed to overall the Drip network is supposed to give back $45,500. What is the total amount that was deposited? Just $10,000. Where is this delta of $35,500? Where is this money coming from? Is it being printed out of thin air? Where there is no way this money is coming in just like that. There is no use case. Like we saw the bank is lending money and that's how they're making money. The Drip network, how are they making money to transactions? Let's say nobody did any transactions. Then what? How are they promising 1% per day? Right? Or 100 of you put in $100. None of you did any transactions. It's just been sitting there for 1 year. Where will this $35,500 come from? Well, where it comes from is the fact that they are hoping in between, let's say on day 31, 100 more users invest $500. You went and got your friends because you saw some returns being shown on the screen. They invest $500 instead of 100 because now they have, they have a sense of assurance that you've invested. That's $50,000. Right? There are more people who invest along the way, and the people who invest later sort of fund the returns for the people who have come in earlier. Does this sound like a pyramid scheme? Yes. This is exactly like a pyramid scheme. That's why I think I am completely convinced that this is nothing more than a scam. In fact, I'll show you more reasons. Anonymous founders or pseudonymous founders. Of course, Satoshi is also pseudonymous, but not every crypto that has a pseudonymous founder needs to be treated like Bitcoin. Right? That's a red flag. I'm not saying that's the only parameter. That's a red flag. Poorly written white paper. It's not even a white paper. In fact, it's a light paper. You look at Chainlink's white paper. It's so elaborate. Right? When they're trying to solve a problem, it is so well detailed. No utility. There is no use for Drip. Right? Of course, there's Animal Farm and something that they're talking about. But come on, 10% transaction tax. Nobody's going to use it. It's a pyramid scheme like a business model. Right? There is no significant roadmap. If you go down to their white paper, right, go down to the very end and look at their roadmap. Right? What's the roadmap talking about? It says Drip private sale, Drip public sale, cross-chain bridge, empty rewards, high risk, high ROI liquidity, locking contract. Everything that is focused on just bringing in more money into the protocol and nothing else, right? Into Drip network and nothing else. There is no significant roadmap that is trying to solve any real world problem. Right? On-chain metrics and ratings not available on into the blockbaserank.io, wherever, not available. It is not listed on any major exchange, right? You can go down to, let's say, a CoinGecko or wherever and check. It is barely listed on any major exchange. There's nothing. No Binance, no Coinbase, etc. Of course, I know some of you will come back and comment that, hey, Dogecoin is also listed on a major exchange. Does that make it a legitimate thing? Well, no. You're not supposed to look at it in isolation. That's obvious. You need to look at a whole bunch of red flags. That's why I've listed it here for the benefit of people who don't really understand very well. This is an entire set of things that I'm talking about, including the analysis that I did on how this will pretty much make money and where there is that delta. These are the key reasons why I think I'm staying away from it. In fact, I'll give you one more. So Drip network is on the BSC chain. Right, and there's something called DApp-Bay, right, where they are giving a rating for every contract of sorts. And here, the Drip network is listed as significant risk. So it's not me. This is what DApp-Bay says. Right? You can go and check it out. I've linked all this in the description. So these are very clear examples on why this could be a pyramid scheme. This could be a scam, and hence I'm staying away from it. There are enough and more red flags. Please be careful. It's your hard-earned money. Of course, at the end of the day, if you want to invest somewhere, nobody can stop you. It's your choice. I'm just giving you whatever information that I felt was relevant. All of this is linked in the description. If you want, you can go and check it out. I've linked the sheet also in the description. Please go through it. Think about it once. think of all these calculations, right? Do the calculations yourself, and then think of it. How do you make money? Just ask yourself a simple question: how does your local McDonald's make money? Understand a business model first. Understand how a company's finances work, and then maybe you would want to think of drip network again before making an investment into it. If you like this video, please like the video, subscribe to the channel. If you think I went wrong in my analysis, then do comment, tell me where I went wrong with proper examples, not random statements. And then if required, I'll obviously come back and make an updated video saying that, hey, I was wrong, this is somebody pointed out something more interesting. I promise I'll do that if there is something legitimate. But for now, if you like this video, subscribe to the channel, tell your friends about it. Welcome to the Wave Crypto Club.